there, it's Sanu, your IKEA enthusiast, back again. Nice to see you all. Today, I'm covering IKEA's most exciting new arrivals for May. I also picked up some smart bulbs and a smart plug, so I'll be sharing those too. All the products I mention in this video are linked in the description below, so please check those out. Now, there's a new product I've been looking forward to for so long. It's this mochi-like pouf. It was actually bigger than I expected, but isn't it so cute? I really love this round shape. You can use it as a seat or as a footrest for your sofa. It comes in two colors, blue and white. Now, this personal chair. I think I mentioned it briefly last time, but let me take a closer look at it now. It's a swivel chair, and the blue version has a pretty clean and simple fabric. The white version, which gives it a really nice textured look. Well, I think the tightly woven fabric is great because it doesn't look too lived in. Okay, moving on to duvet covers. There are so many lovely new designs out right now. IKEA duvet covers are known for having such distinctive designs at really affordable prices. I mentioned this blue duvet cover briefly in my last video, and it's so pretty, so I went back to take a better look. I headed over to the bedding section. Now, this one, since it's part of the children's range, it's in a separate area of the store. It's easy to miss. And it turned out the blue one was out of stock, with only the red version in stock. And even then, there was only one left. This is the display sample. So the red one has red and blue stripes, and red and pink stripes on another side, with red and blue stripes on the back. Honestly, I think adults could totally pull this off too. It's really sweet. This one is a 100% cotton, and Takemana-san, the room stylist who came to IKEA with me that day, was kind enough to hold it up to make it easier to film. Thank you so much. I also appeared on the Team Takemana YouTube channel, and we filmed something together. It looks like they have an IKEA special on their channel, so please go check it out. Now, there are so many new duvet covers to look at. This one has a beautiful gradient design, which is such a fun and unique look for a duvet cover. It fades from one color into another, and the pillowcase comes in purple. Such a lovely soft purple, and a bold design like this, that's really what makes IKEA so special, I think. Now, this one also caught my eye. It's a yellow check pattern, and the texture is this really satisfying puffed, bubbly surface. It's almost too cute. This one is made from rayon and cotton, and it felt really soft. And here's another one. It also has a textured surface. The color is very soft, and the floral pattern gives it a slightly classic feel. It looks less bold than it does on the website. When you look for duvet covers, the bedding section is nice, but I also recommend these room setups. The covers are spread out, so it's easy to see the style. You can also get ideas for matching with other items. They often include new products, so I always check them out. Duvet covers are quite big, so they can really change the feel of the whole bedroom. Now, this display set has a dark brown base, and it's styled with navy bedding. This large storage area is modeled after the traditional Japanese closet called oshi-ire, and it's great to see IKEA incorporating that style. This coordination is really lovely, isn't it? But there is one thing to be careful about. The fitted sheet on the mattress side may not fit Japanese mattresses, since the sizing standards are different. So please double-check the size before buying. But even so, I'd really encourage you to visit the bed section display. So I'm sure you're curious what a professional interior stylist picked up. By the way, Takemana-san has a really colorful and beautiful home, It's honestly stunning, so please go check out her Instagram. Well, she bought a duvet cover on this visit too, and this is actually a new arrival. It has this incredibly cute detail that I had no idea about, because at first glance it just looks like a simple blue duvet cover, but the buttons are actually green. It's made from polyester and rayon, and it says it's wrinkle resistant, which is such a nice bonus, and the price is really affordable too. She was surprised by how inexpensive it was. She picked up quite a few other things as well, so please check out the Team Take Mana channel to see everything she got. One of the products I highly recommend at IKEA is their light bulbs, especially the smart bulbs. They now support Matter, and they're finally available in Japan. What really makes me happy is the affordable price. You don't often find smart bulbs at this price. I think it's something only a company this big can pull off. The smart bulbs have been sold under the name Trodfree for a long time, but now that they support Matter, the name has changed. The new series is called KAJPLATS, the name for IKEA's Matter-compatible smart bulb range. Now, IKEA also sells regular non-smart bulbs, so just make sure you're picking up the right one. They come in E26 and other base sizes, and if you look at the lumen numbers carefully, you'll see there's quite a range of brightness levels available. The lumen number is the maximum brightness, but you can always dim it lower. Okay, it's a little bit complicated, so bear with me, but there are two types, one that lights up in full color and one that doesn't. The non-color version just shifts between warm white and cool white tones, and compared to the old Trodfree bulbs, the color output is really impressive. The colorful type in particular, I felt the color saturation has gotten noticeably better. It's a bit hard to tell through the camera since it's glowing, but if you're looking to create colorful lighting, I definitely think IKEA is worth considering, and my top recommendation for how to use it is paired with the FADO table lamp. The FADO takes an E26 bulb, the color-changing smart bulb, and it just transforms the whole mood of your room in an instant. It's such a great combination. The design is so simple and clean that I think it works for absolutely everyone. This package shows 1160 lumens, which is a guide for brightness. I think it's quite a bright light. This one also comes with a remote control. On the back, the crossed-out battery symbol means batteries are not included. You will need 2 AAA batteries separately. It's a bit confusing, but the blue and yellow packages are for bulbs that do not change colors. First, I'm connecting the bulb to the hub. I use the IKEA hub, but if you want to skip the hub and just use the remote, it's really simple. You just put the batteries in the remote, and since it comes prepared already, you can use it right away. Okay, now I've also connected the remote to the hub, and the response speed of the remote is really fast. The large button turns it on, the small one turns it off. Press and hold to dim the light and double-click to change the color temperature. If I compared to the Trodfree series, the yellow light looks a bit more orange, so you might notice a slight difference. This may depend on personal preference. The mid-level warm light didn't bother me at all. When connected to the hub, you can adjust it like this. And when set to the lowest level, it can be dim enough to use as a night light. Also in the smart bulb lineup, I love that they offer stylish smart bulbs like these Edison-style designs. But actually, the one I'm most excited to talk about is this smart plug right here. The smart plug has also been updated with Matter support now, but the price hasn't changed. Actually, more than that, the older non-Matter version has been heavily discounted right now, so that's also a fantastic deal. But for a Matter-compatible one, is there really a plug out there this cheap? Compared to other brands, I think this might actually be the most affordable option out there. They also sell ones with a remote control. And this one comes pre-paired. The smart plug is so affordable that you might feel a bit unsure at first, but I've had no issues using it. It also works with Apple Home, so I'd recommend it if you're using Apple TV or building an Apple smart home setup. Now, the one on the left is the older, and the size is basically the same. The corners are more rounded on the new one, so it might actually look a touch more compact. Now, the LED tape light in my bedroom, which is also an IKEA product, I tried connecting it to this smart plug. I set it up in a slightly lazy way, with my phone still on the filming tripod, but it connected to the hub nice and smoothly. Then I also combined it with another IKEA product, specifically a motion sensor, this motion sensor here. When someone walks by, it turns on, and then turns off after 3 minutes. That's the setting I went with, and it works really smoothly. I put the LED tape under the bed, so it detects movement and lights up just the floor area. So convenient. Right now, I'm trying to trigger it by waving my hand in front of the sensor. Now, smart plugs in general make this little clicking sound when they switch on or off. I thought it might bother me at first, but I've gotten used to it. When using a motion sensor, it does click quite frequently, so you might also want to consider setting it to a time schedule instead. Okay, continuing with the lighting section. There's this really sleek and stylish new black light fixture out. It has 5 lights on it. The bulbs are sold separately, so you can choose your preferred brightness. The angle of the lamp is fixed and can't be adjusted. Now, this silver one in the front, I actually saw it on Instagram. Someone was using it without the wing-like and just using the central silver part as a simple stick-shaped light. It's such a clever idea. I thought that was a really smart way to style it. Now, let me show you another lovely new product. This is a night light, and it's designed to look like a light bulb, which I think is such a fun touch, right? You stick it using double-sided tape. It runs on 2 AAA batteries. This one over on the left turns off after 10 seconds, and it's really great for closets and kitchen cabinets. I mentioned it a little while back in a previous video, so that one turns off at 10 seconds, but this bulb-shaped night light turns off after 30 seconds. The sensor light on the left has been getting a ton of use, and I actually bought another one, so I'm expecting this night light to be similarly responsive. And since it turns off after 30 seconds, the battery life should last pretty well too. I think the 10-second version lasts around 2 months on battery. Now, here's a new light filtering roller blind from IKEA. I've briefly shown this before, and it looks like the size range has expanded. It has a striped section that overlaps or opens to control how much light comes through. One thing unique to IKEA roller blinds is that there's no side cord. You raise and lower it by pulling the blind itself. So it's nice and clean, with no cords hanging down. I'd personally love to see wider sizes added to the lineup. Okay, now for something a little unexpected. There's a slightly unusual new product out. It's this one here. It looks kind of like a hook, but what do you think it actually is? Can you guess? The answer is a curtain holder. You tuck your gathered curtain into this slot here, and it also comes in black. I was hoping to see it displayed on an actual curtain, but I couldn't find one set up that way. This one is currently being held by a curtain tassel, but the idea is you mount it on the wall beside the window and use it to neatly gather your curtain there. Now, let's head over to the rug section. So this is a really tiny rug. I was wondering how you'd actually use it, but it turns out you lay them in the areas you need, just like carpet tiles. Isn't that a clever idea? You could even just place a few around the side of your bed. And over here, there's this lovely retro-style rug with an orange pattern. This is a flat weave rug, so it folds up nice and compact, and it's also machine washable. And this orange rug right next to it is also a new arrival. It turns out that Takemana-san already has this rug. She said just laying it down makes the whole room look so much more stylish. She highly recommends it, and she let me share a photo of her actual room, where you can catch a glimpse of the rug. She kindly allowed me to share her Instagram post, so I'm showing it here. She told me that she uses it without an underlay, just the rug on its own. Let's take a look at the room setups together. I really like the small details. They feel lived in and natural. So first, the dining table and chairs are from the SKOGSTA series, and that silver container on the table is also such a lovely popular item. It was actually sold out that day too, and the SKOGSTA bench has made a comeback. We use it like this at home. It works great as a display, and you can also sit on it. There's no bar underneath, so it's easy to place baskets too. The kitchen counter also has a nice lived-in display, and having a play kitchen next to it is great for kids. And along the windows, which I thought was such an interesting display idea. I think these are from the BETTHAJ series. They're the shallow depth version, and they need to be mounted to the wall. The overall room has a very classical and elegant coordination. Now, this display actually includes a pantry area, and wow, it's so spacious. It really is huge. These shelves are from Ivar, and they're being used as pantry storage. What's great about Ivar is that it can stand without a bottom shelf, so you can place a utility cart underneath, or even one with casters. I noticed there was even a rice cooker on one of the utility carts. So practical. And there were so many lovely little accessories in this room too. This kitchen cloth here has a fringe trim, and it's really sweet. In my next video, I'll be covering even more new products I didn't have time to show this time. And also, I've been thinking it might be time for a room tour. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I'll see you in the next video soon.